Property investing can be a massively profitable business, and I understand why so many people are interested and keen to learn about property, because ultimately it can either give you financial freedom or time freedom and really just have more choices to be able to do what you want when you want. Over the last 7 or 8 years, I've been helping people be able to profit from property, and I frequently get message for help and people asking, hey Saj, can you help me? And really, there are two ways that I can help you. If you're watching my videos for the first time, my name is Saj Hussain, and on this channel I share with you my 15 years of property investing experience to ultimately help you get further faster in your property investing journey. So there's two ways that I can help you. So either I can show you what I'm doing so you can do this for yourself, or you can let me do it for you. So what does that mean? Let's firstly talk about learning from me. That's what you're doing right now. In fact, you're watching my YouTube channel. There's lots of videos. In fact, there's more than 200 videos on the channel where really I'm sharing my knowledge and experience with you. Over the years, there's many different strategies that I've done. And this ranges from starting off at the beginning, I was sourcing deals and I was doing some single let property purchases. Then I was flipping properties, i.e. renovating and selling them on. Then I started doing some smaller HMOs, which is like 4-bedroom HMOs. Then I moved on to larger ones, which are like 6 and 7-bedroom HMOs with substantial renovations on those. And also some flat conversions by creating properties into flats, taking like Victorian properties and turning them into multiple apartments, and then doing some commercial conversions where we've taken a commercial building, changing that into residential use, and then moving on to building brand new buildings out of the ground, and lots of other things in between, including creative strategies like lease options, delayed completion, assisted sales. There's just so many things that I've done within property over the last 15 years. And really that really came from at the beginning when I started, I was just trying to do so many different things and learn lots and lots of different strategies. I ended up creating all this knowledge, but actually I was doing a few things at a time rather than trying to do them all at the same time. And that's what really gave me the confidence and the skill to be able to do these things really well, is by implementing the knowledge. Now there's lots of great YouTube channels out there. Unfortunately, there's some not so good ones as well, where people are just giving you theory as opposed to real practical advice. And what I like to do is share my knowledge based on practical experience, the things I've actually done. And when I've got no experience on something, I'm quite happy to say, look, this is not my area of expertise. Apart from the free content I do on YouTube, other ways you can learn from me is you can arrange a one-to-one session with me, and I tend to do 2 or 3 of these a week. And also we have some online training programs we're just putting together, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll soon have our training suite up and running, and we'll start doing some live training workshops again where we'll really deep dive on the topics that I talk about. And if you want to learn about any of these things, or if you want to arrange some time with me, just reach out to us and we can get that organized. Now I need to head on over to one of our development projects, so let's continue this conversation on the way over. So that knowledge we were talking about is much more informational, that style of learning, which is really parting you knowledge and information so you understand how something works and how something is done. But what if you want something much more deeper? What if you want something much more personalized and hand-holding in the implementation? Well, let's come and talk about that now. Some people just need to be given the knowledge, the know-how, how to do something. You teach them or show them how something works, and you give them the principles, and they just go out and smash it and they just do it. Other times you'll have people that really just want a little bit more than that. They want more than just the knowledge. They want the reassurance that somebody's standing there behind them, that if they face a situation where they're not sure and they need a little bit of clarity, that they can turn to somebody behind them and they're there to help and support them to be able to get the result. And really that's what mentoring is about. Mentoring is turning to somebody who's already done what you want to do so that you can avoid the mistakes and get there faster. And that's really what created the Inner Circle program, which is my small group of people that I look after and support and mentor on their journey. And this was created literally 3 years ago to the month right now. And prior to that, you know, I was coaching, mentoring, training for another property organization for quite a long time, for a number of years, about 7 or 8 years, before I decided, you know, I actually want to do something a little bit different. And I could see a few things I thought they would work better if they were done a certain way, and hence how we created the Inner Circle program. And the way the program works is at the beginning, when we first meet, we spend half a day together to do a strategy session. And the purpose of the strategy session is really to understand your goals, your objectives of what it is you want to achieve, And then we work backwards and put together a roadmap of how we're going to achieve that, what strategy we're going to use, what techniques, what methods do we need, what knowledge gaps do we have, what is it that we need to be able to get that result. And for me, then the goal is over the next 12 months is to help you and support you in implementing that roadmap to be able to get the result that you're looking for. And essentially that's what the mentoring program is about. It's done in 3 different levels. We have the startup program, which are those for beginners, brand new, that have no knowledge experience whatsoever. Then we have a speed up program. Those that already have some property, have a portfolio, and really they just want to get to the next level. And then we have the scale up program, and the scale up program is for those looking to do much bigger developments, make bigger projects. So really, regardless of where you are in your property journey, our mentoring program is really designed to help you and get you really moving forward from where you are and getting results faster and minimizing the chance of making any mistakes along the way, because in property investing, mistakes can be expensive. I'm just interrupting your viewing pleasure here because I just need a moment of your time. If you enjoyed this content, then do me a favor, absolutely smash that like button just below here and subscribe to the channel. That way it really helps me out in terms of being able to get this content to reach many more people just like you, and it encourages me and motivates me to do much more content. So please go ahead, help me out, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel as well. Right now we're at one of our development sites. So we've talked about how you can learn from me, but what about if you want to invest with me? How does that work? Well, there's 2 ways we can do that too. The first one is the fixed return, and the way a fixed return works, it's really a fixed amount of money that you're lending for a project for a fixed period of time with a fixed return. And the returns tend to vary from about 6% going up to about 16% per annum. So a range really depending on how the money's used, what type of project it is, whether we're purchasing or renovating with those funds, and what security also is attached with those funds. And what I tend to say is what you'll get with me is a good return as opposed to an outstanding. And the reason for that is because I'm a fairly cautious investor. I've been investing with other people's money for quite a long time, well over 10 years. So I'm very, very careful in terms of when it comes to other people's money, and obsessed with making sure I look after it, deliver the returns, and hence it takes a long time to build this reputation and literally 5 minutes to destroy it, which is why I'm really careful in terms of working with other people's money. So the people that tend to prefer that is those that want the certainty of outcome. They're not really interested in getting involved in the fluctuations of projects, whether they're taking longer, costing more or whatever. None of that is an issue. It's a fixed amount of money, fixed period of time, and a fixed return, so hassle-free. The second form of investing with me is really for profit share. And the way the profit share works, we're sharing risk and reward effectively as joint venture partners in a particular project. This way the funding partner comes in with all the money, they fund the project, and we share whatever profits that we create from that. And of course they're taking the risk, so if something takes longer or costs more, we're sharing those risks. But of course if we make more profit than we expected as well, there's always that upside as well. And this generally tends to be those that are more high net worth individuals because the amount of money involved is much higher. So when we talk about profit share, it tends to be about £350,000 as a minimum that the investor's bringing in. But previously when we were talking about just lending money for projects, that tends to be a minimum £50,000. So on a profit share, for example, the most recent one that we've completed, HMO property, which we purchased for about £180,000, and we spent about £103,000 renovating that property. And then we refinanced it at £375,000. So the investor had about £10,000 of their money left in the deal, and the rest of that money all came out the project. It took about a year to do that. So once the work's been completed, the money's come back out of the property, it's tenanted and now producing an income. So the income's about £1,500 a month net, and which means about £1,800 a year in terms of a net profit. And we've also got roughly about £100,000 of equity in that property. So essentially what I'm doing, I'm using the investor's money to purchase a property for cash, to renovate it, to force its value up, and then refinance it. And we're sharing the equity that we create and also the income as well. As I said, this really tends to suit more high net worth individuals, those that are investing larger amounts of money. And this tends to be a more longer term relationship rather than a one-off. This is where we work together to do a number of projects together. To summarize, in terms of how I can help you, essentially it's a case you can learn from me what I do so you can do this for yourself, whether it's training or mentoring, or alternatively you can let me do this for you, where it's investing with me either as a loan or you're investing as a joint venture partner. Whichever one it is that might be right for you, reach out to me, ping me a message, and we can explore and have a conversation around how we can work together and see which one might be right for you. This has been a slightly different kind of vlog because at times I get asked how I can help somebody. I thought it'd be a great way to just summarize it all here and see if this is a better way to be able to really explain in a more clear way, hopefully more clearer way, what I do and how I can help you. I'd really love to know if there's anything else you think I can do to help you ultimately get further faster in your property investing journey. If there's anything else I can do to help you, pop it in the comment section below and I'll look at that to see where it is that I can do to add more value to you. And if you enjoy this content, I'm sure you're going to like the one that's lined up next for you just over here, which is YouTube tells me this is the one that you're going to like. But just before you do that, make sure you click on my face down here to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I look forward to seeing you on this next video over here.